Hello, everybody. I was sort of worried that this would happen. I'm not sure that this is the ideal place to load into because there's no real place to load. There's no parking. So, um, but in any event, hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Um, So we are live. I didn't say, there we go. Good, good, good. So what I need to do is just load and take off so I can create more space for everybody else. And I think there is a 737 on top of me. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome aboard. The external power supply on, mixtures and props full forward, master and battery switches on. We'll go fuel pumps on, mags on left. Take a quick look outside. I need to turn all this. Nah, look at that. All that stuff's off. That's a miracle. Everything is looking good left and right. And right side, good start. Left side, good start. And I'm facing the wrong way. I just realized that. Let's go avionics master on, lean the mixtures for taxi, pull the throttles back just a little bit. And I just realized I'm pointed in the wrong direction. I'm fairly certain. Because, well, windsock looks kind of dead. So, in any event, welcome aboard, everybody. Got a good crowd today. I have not gotten the Anguilla livery, Chris. I haven't seen that one yet. And I see you're in the A320. Hey Peter, hey Mike, hey Matey, hey Wilver, hey Hans, Jim, Nilani, what's going on? Everybody's here today. Mr. Coffee, Hans Boone is here. Hello, sir. Bob, good to see you. So let me go toes on the brakes here and release the parking brake. So this is going to be a real quick first hop over to X63. It's about 25 miles. No, yeah, no, it's not even 25 miles. It's 15 miles. So we're gonna be a quick left turn out here, and we are on our way. So let's go. Voyager pilot, what's going on? How are you, sir? I get the black dash in the Islander. I don't know if the black dash. I think that comes with the. That should be a bit better for the sound. I think the black dash comes with the Anguilla Air Services livery. Let's get back inside here. Mixtures and props full forward. Flaps are set. Come on, flaps. Why are my flaps not coming down? Why are my flaps not coming down? That's weird. Alright. So, toes off the brakes, mixtures and props full forward. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is alive. Let's hope this isn't too downwind because this is a tall tree at the end of this runway. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm starting to aim for the break in the trees. Okay, so that is why you don't take off downwind. That is why, right there. And strangely, my flap lever is not working. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is. So let's go flaps up. Drop the nose a little bit. Bring the power back. Bring the props back a little bit. So this should be a relatively a prettier day for flying than we had the other day. And I want to be your friend too. I will accept that after the stream is over. So let's see here. We're gonna go around the edge here rather than trying to go over the top. Like I said, it's not a very long flight. So let's see here. Kind of curious why my flaps are not working all of a sudden, but it's always seems to be always something. Norbert, hello sir. I am flying the Britain Norman Islander, and I'm about to be overtaken by an A320. I think 1,500 feet is going to do the trick here for this first hop. And anyway, welcome everybody to the Caribbean. Welcome to Puerto Rico. Got some new faces today. Jim, that sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a mighty good plan. Touch and go at X63. You know, it's interesting because there's a ton of airports in Puerto Rico as well. I was noticing when I was doing my flight planning, and it's sort of like very similar to the States. Like a lot of the smaller ones that were there, you know, even in the 90s, are starting to kind of disappear. Double check the map. Oh, I was in such a hurry. Nah, it's not it though. You were right about the mags, and that is poor form taking off with my mags off. Fuel pumps off. Let's check our fuel pressures. Fuel pressures are looking good, and you can see right off the nose that isolated rain right there, which is really cool. Really, really cool. Using stock live weather today. Look at this, my gosh. This is gorgeous. Nikolai, what's going on? That's awesome. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. And yeah, Jim, you're right. The weather looks fantastic. The only thing is, like, I noticed the other day again that over open water now, it has disappeared again. So over open water, there's no weather again. I don't quite know why. Michael Allen, how are you, sir? I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Good to have you back. Well, I wish you well with your printer. And Ray Paris, how are you, sir? We're on the first leg, Ray. We're right on our way to X63. As you can see here, we're just on our way to X63 right there. Got to look on little nav map, find out what do we got. We got runway 10. And it looks like, wow. See, I love that. I love these isolated storms. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So I'm kind of guessing that this airport is going to be in this next valley up here, kind of over that ridge. Runway 1028, so it sort of runs parallel to, or perpendicular rather, to the coastline. And Peter, that sounds good. And matey, yes I am. I'm still in the beta. And Peter, it's funny, I've been thinking about getting the guitar out lately. I don't have time for much of anything. Hey Nikolai, you know what? If it's running like that, leave it. Don't touch a thing. That's my advice. You know, that's good to see. It's good to hear. Um, so one of the things I'm thinking about, I'm positive I didn't change anything in my settings. I was goofing around earlier today. With something you guys are gonna see coming up in a video, hopefully tomorrow. And I don't think I changed anything in terms of my settings. So I'm thinking that airport is going to be right in this little valley right here, or maybe it's around. No, it's going to be around the next one. Yeah, it's going to be like right over in there where that shower is. And that's the other cool thing about this weather, is that it seems to be being created by hills and updrafts, which is realistic. That's where it should be. Please. So it's the way life is, right? So I think I'm pointing right at it right now. We'll have to see how well this airport was rendered in the sim, because it's closed. So I was actually looking at one of the other. There's a second airport on Vieques, and I was looking to maybe include that in the trip today. But then I looked on Google Maps, and it's like overgrown, and so probably in the sim it's probably not there anymore, or not there at all. So I just figured not to bother. Why are you not working, flaps? Because having to look down to set my flaps all the time is going to be annoying. So let's see here. I'm gonna assume that it's right up there where we see that plane. So, and this is the thing I can't get over, is sometimes the weather just looks absolutely unbelievable in the sim, and then sometimes it's like non-existent. I don't quite understand. Because even offshore, off in the distance, it looks incredible. So I don't understand what the story is sometimes. But it's what it is, right? So I'm guessing right over that little ridge right there is where our next destination is going to be. That's great. All right. Keep it out of the trees, says Jim. I'm trying to keep it out of the water. Look at this. There's a nice rain shower right in the valley here. I'm really curious to see where this airport even is. Unless I'm right over top of it right now, which I am. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the nose up here. And we're going to go... This is a pain to do. We go flaps full. And we're gonna see if we can circle it down around here. Whoopsie. Hill. Hill. This is one of the things I love about the sim is this amazing depth perception that you get. Yeah, we're good. I think. Gotta keep an eye on that airspeed. Alright, props coming forward. Mixtures props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Yeah, this is a good one. Look at this. Gotta bring some power out because we've got too much energy. Power's at idle. Now I gotta bring some power in because otherwise I'm gonna smack it on. And power up. Flaps in transition. And off we go. What? Huh? What did I hit? Alright, sorry guys. Something, I don't know if I hit a light or what the deal is. I certainly didn't hit a tree, but at least this way I can look at my look at my settings real quick. Sorry about that. I think that's the first time I've actually crashed on one of our. Oh, that's why. I was flying the ATR 72 yesterday. Oopsie. So, that's why. That's one of the funny things about the ATR and the Islander is that the controls are almost the same. There's only one I think that's different in terms of the levers. But anyway, let's go X63 where we just crashed. I want to see what I hit. I don't think I hit anything, but alright, and our arrival is now going to be, what's our next point here? Next point is TJRV. TJRV. Roosevelt Roads. Alright, let's go. So, your your trusty captain just crashed. But that's alright. These things happen. This will give me a chance to get my controls squared away, which is good. But I was pretty proud of that landing. Moldy guitars. What's going on? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. But you know what? You're in good hands because you've got a couple other guitar players in the crowd, moldy guitars. So my guitar's getting a little moldy right now, too. I was just talking a little bit ago about the fact that I need to get my guitar out and get playing again. Come on. Right. Yeah, it is kind of crazy weather right now. So we'll try this one more time. Come on. Only press that about 15 times. All right, external power supply on. It is raining, isn't it? Mixtures and props full forward. Master and battery switches on. Fuel pumps on. Open the fuel valves. Mags on left. Take a look outside. Make sure there's nobody out there to kill or maim. Oh. Right engine start first. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Left side is clear. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Lean the mixtures for taxi. Avionics master coming on. Mags to both. Starter hood cover closed. Fuel pumps off. Fuel pressures are good. Nav and strobe lights coming on. So, let's do this one more time. Oh, Jim, you play the drums. I've got some good musician jokes, but I'm not going to share them right now. They actually, one of my favorite musician jokes kind of applies to all musicians. You can use it for any particular instrument. You got there in the A320. That's awesome. Hey, Wilbur, no worries. Those things do happen. But thanks for dropping in, Wilbur. I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, toes are on the brakes. Let's turn the parking brake off. External power supply off. All right, let's go. Jamie, what's going on, Wheels? How are you? That's awesome. Welcome back, Jamie. It's good to see you. All right, now, I mean, again, this is like one of these tiny little airports in Puerto Rico, and I have to say this, especially considering the fact that it's closed, I'd say it's rendered pretty darn well. You know, really pretty good. Wilbur, take care, brother. Good to see you. I would say it's rendered pretty darn nicely, and I love airports like this. I'm really getting back into flying small planes again and really enjoying it. Honestly, like, I flew the ATR yesterday for the first time in quite a while. First time in like 3 weeks, and honestly, it sort of lacks an appeal to just sit there and press buttons now. Like, I really enjoy a lot more actually flying, you know? So Jim, I'll tell you my musician joke. What did the drummer get on his IQ test? Wait for it. Wait for it. Drool! That's a musician joke. And a bad one. I played all kinds of stuff in concert band growing up. I played the tuba, I played trumpet, I played French horn, I played the sousaphone in the marching band. I was a regular, like, musical nerd. It was great. But guitar's always been my big instrument. Lining up with the A320. Alright, let's go. Fuel pumps on, flaps are set. Mixtures and props full forward. Takeoff power is coming in. Whoopsie. I'm trying to read comments and fly at the same time. Alright, 60 knots, 70 knots, and rotate. So what did I hit? Oh, I probably hit that. That's what whoopsie. That's what I hit, that bush right there. But that's okay. Look at this weather. Alright, we'll bring the manifold pressure back. We'll bring the props back. 25, 25. And let's see here. This is an actual airport, so we shouldn't have any problems finding this one. Tell you what, this live weather is pretty wild, huh? I've always wanted to play piano, Jim. Just never did. For some reason, my screen seems to have frozen. Oh, there we go. No. Okay. 1500's good. $1,500 should be good. I have my father has a like an old Hammond keyboard Peter. He's got like one from the 60s, which is pretty sweet. So we've got runway 0725. So I mean, I think we're pretty much going to be straight in, and it's not going to be a real long, not going to be a real long leg here. This is Roosevelt Roads Airport. Roosevelt Roads Airport. Okay. Pumps off. I'm gonna power back a little bit because I don't want to. Look at this. This is unbelievable. I mean, tell me the weather could be better than this, honestly. It's unbelievable. I'll have to ask him, Peter. I'm not sure which of the three. Michael, I played bass for like a month, and then I realized I felt like it was missing 2 strings. You know, like when I first started, like when I was like 12, I was like, I want to play bass. I played bass for like, I don't know, maybe 2 months. Learned a couple bass lines to Appetite for Destruction, and then I was like, nah. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean we're pretty much straight in here. Look at how beautiful this looks. Unbelievable. Just trying to climb so I don't hit anything yet. Rule number 1, don't hit anything. Rule number 1, don't hit anything. Why? Let's see. It should be right over the other side of that cove. What are we gonna do for IFR to Culebra? I'm not really sure how that's gonna work. Oh, there's the airport. Alright, power coming back. Flaps coming in. Fuel pumps coming on. Alright. Alright. What are we going to do for IFR to Culebra? That's going to be interesting. So this is I think the first of the freeware airports. I will follow the Airbus on final. Caution, wake turbulence. Caution. You know, it's funny, Chris. You think like bass isn't really that hard. Bass is relatively easy to not be terrible at. But when you hear a good bass player, it's like hearing a good drummer. Like you realize there's a lot more to it. All right, props full forward. Like it's okay. Like I could like stand in and be a serviceable bass player, but to be a good bass player is a totally different ballgame. 80 knots is good. Little bit of a left crosswind. We going touch and go? What are we gonna do? Alright. That was a rotten landing. I didn't decide when to land. Alright, it looks like we're gonna pull off here. weather's a little bit sketchy. This weather is a little bit sketchy. And we gotta go... we gotta go northwest a little bit. Or northeast a little bit. North, it looks like. Which is right into the teeth of that rain. Alright. Let's look on Volanta and see where everybody is. Alright, we got a good crew here. Okay, so now it's starting to rain. So now we have to ask ourselves, where are we going and what are we doing? So the next airport on the list is one that's closed. It is... let's see, what did it used to be called? I can't see. But, are you guys getting the same rain on this? Yeah, IMC, Jim says. Yep. Now the question is, what shall we do? Let's taxi back and we'll see if this clears up at all. Yeah, this is not looking real good, is it? Alright, well. If you guys are wondering about whether you should get Active Sky or not, I think this is pretty good. I've never used Active Sky. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But I mean, I don't understand how your weather can get that much better than this, you know? This is just awesome. This is just live, plain old weather. And I'm gonna put in TJCP. If I can. No. I need to pause my head tracking here for a second. TJCP. That looks like a what? And there we go. Alright, so I want to go up here and check that little airport right there. That's the next one. And then yeah, I don't think there are any plates for these airports, Jim. So let's go play around in the weather. What the heck? Alright, mixtures and props for forward flaps are set. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get here. I didn't think it was raining down here. I mean, I sort of checked the weather before we left. I mean, sorta. Look at that. Does anybody have access to real weather? Can look and see what it actually looks like? Like a radar? So this is somewhat terrifying, because there are some hills around here. Looks like about a runway 9 or something like that. Looks like about a runway 9er. I typically try to fly in the sim exactly like I would in real life, but at the same time, why not like goof around a little bit, you know? So, I'm gonna leave those flaps right where they are. Leave those flaps right where they are. Okay, maybe, yeah, I mean, it's with the height of the hills around here, it doesn't surprise me terribly that that's the case. So that's where all this weather is going to come from. I don't know. The last thing I want to do is I'm getting the updrafts. This would be a very scary place to be in real life. And I think there's the airport right there. Nice. What not to do in airplanes? What not to do in airplanes? So, yeah, it looks like about a runway 8, 7, something like that. I can't believe I just negotiated that one. Hey, Tangles, what's going on? 130 at 13. That should make it even more interesting. So let me keep an idea of where that runway is. I'm basically on a downwind right now. So things I want to find is the runway. Things I don't want to find is a hill. So this is another one of those airports that got closed. That somebody did a redo of it on flysim.to. No, I don't want you to do that. This is what not to do. All right. What not to do. What not to do. 130, yeah, it feels about right. Not much of a day for sightseeing, huh? Boy, that's not a bad landing for the for what's going on right now. Alright, let's roll it out. Wilbur, we are in... We don't know where we are because we can't see. We are at... Let me see. It is TJFA. Put that in, TJFA. Alright, is there a taxiway or am I going onto the grass? I guess I'm going onto the grass. Oh, there's a taxiway down here, I think. Yeah, Bob, I think it's going to clear up going westbound, but there's basically no way we're getting into Culebra unless this clears up. But it is fun. I have to say. Let's lean the mixtures. Or what is our trim doing here? Trim is set. I need some lights on here. And there we go. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, well. That just turns the overhead on. Alright, that's a little better. Now we can see. So, let's get our yoke back. And let's see here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So, I don't know where everybody is. I doubt everybody else knows where they are. Everybody's in and around this little airport. We got Buckman coming in the DC-3. That's going to be an adventure. I know it looks like Buckman landed in the DC-3. Nice work. Nice work. Matey, you know this area well. That's great. So, Culebra due east. That's this one right up here, PR03, is a seaplane base. Otherwise, I would have suggested we go there too. Oh, that's what these. So all these little things that are popping out of the dashboard are all lights. Look at that. See that? See, that's a light. Interesting. I never knew that. Cool. I've only fair weather flown this airplane. Right. So we'll go straight out. Mixtures and props full forward. And we'll go heading indicator checks with the runway number, sort of. Takeoff power coming in. Yeah, these are all lights. I never knew that. Right, engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is alive. 70 knots and rotate. Off we go. We'll keep the nose up this time. I don't want to hit anything. This weather is pretty cool to fly in, actually. In my humble opinion. Just saw the. Oh no, Chris. Was that? That might have been Buckman. Alright, we'll go. We'll go power back. We'll go props back. And I'm gonna hold heading of a. I'm gonna hold this heading right here. Heading a 110. Let the flaps come up here. Airspeed at 100. And we'll climb up a little bit for this one. That's only 20 miles. 1,500 feet would do it. Oh man, matey, that's scary. I don't even like hearing that. Cherokee 6 is a nice airplane though. 1,000 feet AGL, fuel pumps coming off, fuel pressures are good. these lights down just a little bit. Do that in a second. Manifold pressure coming back, props coming back. Alright. Let's see if we can find Culebra here. Next stop is Culebra, Tango, Juliet, Charlie, Papa. Come on. Does not want to. Oh shoot! No instruments. That's not good. Alright, trying to. Buckman, that's great. Alright, we got a serious nose down attitude going here just to. Let's see here. This airplane has no interest in flying level right now. None at all. Yeah, starting to see some break in the clouds here. Was that recently, Buckman? That's it. That's another place where flying is just a different gig. Up in Alaska, they seem to have a different look on things. You know, the Caribbean is sort of similar in a way, in that it's got a little bit of a rogue kind of. Gosh, this plane, come on. In the yellow here. In the yellow arc, climbing with a nose down attitude. That is kind of wacky. Heading looks like it should be about 100. I will get to the oh, is it with Blanco Lirio, Buckman? He does a lot of those. I mean, look at this. Manifold pressure's at 19. Nose down attitude, and the plane's basically climbing. I mean, I don't know what else to do here. Don't know what else to do to get you to not climb. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to clear out a little bit anyway. Updrafts, if you're forcing the nose down, to keep from climbing in updrafts, you can really easily exceed your design speeds. I've almost done that, but well, not almost done that, but I've been in situations where it could have happened. Let's put it that way. So depending what the visibility is over here, maybe I'll do the what's it called again? The Tamarind. Is it the Tamarindo or the Tamarind approach? I can't remember. Into Culebra, which is the one where you go over that hill just to the west of the field and just drop it like a rock. Is that Culebra right there? It is. Look at this weather. Alright, airplane, seriously, stop. Jeez. Alright. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna let the airplane do what it's gonna do. And then maybe eventually it will stop climbing. Alright, first degree flaps, fuel pumps coming on. I am going to try the Tamarind approach. Let's see if this works. I don't know if any of you guys saw I did a video of this one time. It's pretty crazy. They do this in real life with paying passengers on board, which I do not think is a really good idea. But, gosh, this weather is just beautiful. Yeah, Mike, it is. And the thing is, in real life, this airplane has so much weight to it. Like, it's just not... It's a very, very stable airplane in real life. I want to get down to about 800 feet. This is so cool. How beautiful is this, honestly? Mike, it is a fun plane to fly, and I mean, I think it's just the sim in general that can be like this, where they get really floaty. And I have my turbulence on low too. Alright, we're going full flaps. We're going props full forward. And I'm just going to give it just enough power to maintain 70 knots would be just fine. "70 knots would be just fine." If you guys haven't seen this approach before, this is pretty wild. Watch this. Of course, it'd be great if I actually pull it off. Yeah, we're good. Drop just a little bit. Alright, mixtures of pops full forward, fuel pumps around, flaps are set. Tighten your seatbelts for this one, kids. Come down just a little bit more. I just want to crawl right over the edge of this ridge up here in front of me. Alright. What's this one? The La Corella. I've read it somewhere called something else, but you know, matey, and you are correct. Let's see here. 80 knots. I need a little bit less energy here. A little bit less energy here. Pulling out some power. Pulling out a lot of power. Pulling out a lot of power. And here we go. Airspeed is good. Turn in early. Overshot just a little bit. Doesn't. I think my third landing there was the best of the three. I think my third landing was the best. Now, that landing the beach 18 here, that is impressive. That is impressive. That's. I didn't do too bad. I don't know what the winds are, which isn't really helpful. But I'm not too dissatisfied with that landing, really. I mean, the third one, of course. The first two weren't. The first two I bounced. The third landing wasn't bad. Alright, now I'm just going to go VFR. We know where everything else is. So. Oh, man, that is a fun approach. Matey, do you. I gotta find out. So, do you fly professionally now, Matey? Because I think it's crazy that they do that with passengers. Did we just land with a tailwind? That might explain it a little bit. What's the weather here? That one looks downwind. This one looks a little bit tailwindy. What does it say here? 130 at 13. Okay. Alright. Let's go. There's a tree up at the end of that runway that sometimes you clip when you're trying to get around that corner, so that's why I'm going this way. This is one of my favorite airports in the world. I absolutely love this airplane. Chris, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Yeah, matey, that one right there is the normal one, right? I love doing the other one. Only because it's crazy. It's a crazy approach. It's really a lot of fun. Alright. Alright. So here we are. Heading indicator checks with the runway number. Mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Off we go. Oh, okay, maybe. Wow. I want to chat with you in the Discord and find out about that. Airspeed alive, 70 knots. Yeah, the wind is a little squirrely out of here. So, one of my favorite airports in the sim. And that's an SLH Sim Designs right there too as well. Great little airport. 90 knots until 400 feet. Come straight out. Straight out. No turns until above 400 feet. An IFR rule, but IFR rules are good enough for me. Drop the nose a little bit, let the speed come down, let the airspeed come up to 100, manifold pressure back, props back, and we're looking good. Cool, cool, cool. Climb up to 1500 for the hop over to. Look at this weather, it's just beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. Alright, now we're clearing out over here. My only problem, hey JJ, what's going on? You know, I've heard a lot about that. I've heard a lot about the Kodiak. The Kodiak's that's a turbine, right? So that's a pretty powerful airplane. It's basically like the PC-12 or the whatchamacallit, the TBM. It's got that same PT6. Alright, 1500 is good. Manifold pressure back, props back, nose down. But this sort of stuff is so much more fun than getting in let's say the ATR and programming it for 20 minutes, flying it for 30 seconds after takeoff, watching everything for 2 hours, and then flying the last like 5 minutes. This is a lot more fun in my opinion. That's one airplane, JJ, I've never really been interested in. Yeah, Mike. I remember you saying that once. I mean, that engine is bulletproof. Basically. That engine's bulletproof until you rely on it to be bulletproof. Like anything else. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong at the worst possible moment. So off we are. I mean, this weather is just brilliant. I'm almost thinking like yesterday, maybe the weather servers were down or something, because usually there's weather over the islands, right? But like this stuff out here, it'll be all blank because there's nothing out there, right? But today, this weather is unbelievable. And that is such a cool plane. I think it was Sebastian was flying the the Boeing 307, which looks like it's just an awesome plane too. I remember when the Kodiak came out for the sim and everybody was talking about like it was the plane for a little while there. So, look at that, some sun. Alright, let's turn the lights off then. Panel lights are off. Alright. And this is another one of my favorite approaches. This is a great approach in like the 737. This is a tough approach. PC-12 is boring. PC-12 is a good plane. I don't know if I know the whatchamacallit, the Coronado version came out first, and then there's the, what is it? Forget the name of the company that released the second one. But that one's supposed to be really good. I was actually supposed to be part of the beta test team for that, but I decided not to do it. ATR, BA-146, Twin Otter. Yeah, the Twatter, I don't understand why. Thanks, Bob, I appreciate that. I don't understand why they pulled the Twin Otter from the sim. I would really like to have that plane. I would really like to have that plane. Call sign is Victor Papa Alpha Alpha Charlie. Right there. Right there. Or if you're wondering, like on Volanta, or you're probably wondering on Volanta or the sim. On Volanta, it's Island Sim Pilot. On the sim itself, in Microsoft, it's Island Sim Pilot, but with no, the last three letters are PLT. Island Sim PLT. Because they wouldn't let me, you can't have enough letters to write pilot. Yeah, they said they were going to be using it for some specific purpose, like they were going to bring it back in some capacity. And everybody kind of thought maybe it would come back in the world update for World Update 16 for the Caribbean, but it didn't. Okay, let's. Another one of my favorite approaches. But I mentioned to you guys how much I hate long straight-in approaches. I'll show you why. Probably because I stink at them, that's why. 115 knots will go first notch flaps. There's nobody out here to annoy, so I'll just put the props forward now. And whoa, we almost just got hit. Is that the B? Is that the D18 or the B47? What is it? I forget which one the other one is. It's a cool plane though. I hate them, Mike. They drive me nuts. Maybe if I was a better pilot, they wouldn't. You gotta hold it forever. You gotta hold it right on glide slope forever. Alright. Alright, fuel pumps are on, notch of flaps in. Can't see the pappies yet. Yeah, I can see them now a little bit. They need to make the pappies brighter in the sim. Like, you can see the pappies from a million miles away. There we go. I'm happy with one red right here because this is a long runway and there's water right there. But I gotta stay one red because if I don't, and there's 4 white, that's what you don't want to do. Last notch of flaps there. Alright, let's get on center line here. That is a decent crosswind landing. Alright, and come around to the right side here. Make this beautiful takeoff. Then we'll hit Beef Island, another one of my favorite airports. I was gonna add Virgin Gorda to the end of this flight, but I wasn't sure if we'd have enough time. But I should have. Virgin Gorda is a great little airport. Alright, mixtures lean for taxi. That is a nice looking landing right there. Very nice. Very nicely done. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a DC-3. What's happening? Fuel pump's coming back on. What is that line right there, everybody? What is that line right there? That is the ILS critical. That is the we are in the ILS critical area. Because airplanes are huge pieces of metal and radios, and they mess with ILS signals. So if you ever hear a controller tell you to hold short of the ILS critical area, they want you to hold short of that line right there. So, mixtures are possible. Forward flaps are set. We'll make our last leg here. A few pumps are on. Gotta use the bathroom at the FPL. Yeah, the freeware for this airport is great. I'm using the payware only because I have it. But alright, this is one of the iconic takeoffs. Heading indicator checks with the runway number. Takeoff power coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is alive. And let's commit aviation. Alright. Alright, we'll bring the power back here. Bring the props back. And we'll let the nose drop just a little bit. Bring the flaps up. Good, good, good. This is a, look at that, how beautiful is this? Alright. Gosh. One of the things I'm really looking forward to in FS24 is the ship traffic. That's going to be cool. 1,000 feet AGL, turn a few pumps off, few pressures are still looking good. Get the nose down here just a little bit. This is a little bit of a flight over to Beef Island. Beef Island is one of my favorite airports. Love that airplane. I love that airplane. How beautiful this is. Unbelievable. So I'll go along the south side of St. John here, and I meant to level off at 1500, so I'll just pretend that I did, and we'll just full pressure. You probably won't have any problem catching me, Mike. Alright. Sure is better weather here than it was in Puerto Rico, I'll tell you. That was pretty fun though, that weather was awesome. That weather was awesome. Alright, let's see, fuel's good, amps and bolts are good, engine instruments all look good. So, Like we will have a peaceful last few minutes of our flight. Peaceful last leg. Alright, I wanted 1500. I don't want it too much lower than that. Cool. Yeah, that was a cool airport, no? I forget that not everybody not everybody knows all these airports, you know. Those two back to back are two of my favorites, Culebra and St. Thomas. St. Thomas is a cool one. Never flown in there in real life. I would like to. And then this island coming up here is a bit of a rarity in the Caribbean. There is no airport on St. John. Which means I don't like it. I don't like islands without airports. Not good. Not cool in my opinion. Look at the scenery, it's just stunning. But see how there's... Oh, look at that. See how there's clouds off in the distance where there's no land? Like that's the problem usually with stock weather in the sim. Is usually there isn't any, or I shouldn't say usually. For a long time there wasn't any weather when you weren't near an island. Like over open water there was no weather. Hans, which one is that you're talking? Oh, okay. I'm trying to which one is the best product? Because if I don't have it, then I want it. I'm starting to get into the whole golden age of aviation, though. The D18 really woke me up to that. It's so cool having everything functioning, but like you've actually got to control. You know, you've actually got to control it. Really fun type of flying. St. John. It is beautiful. And there's an island. Let's see here. That island right there. Right up there. It's called Anegada. Oh, best Microsoft product. Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. Hands down. But that island right up here, Anegada, that is a cool island. So this right here is Beef Island. That's where we're going. We'll be landing right there. And out past that is Virgin Gorda. The airport's right in the other. So this is an island right here, and the airport's right on the other side of that. Then Anegada is out this way. That's another. It's very quiet little strip. Look how beautiful that looks. Can't just be me. I think the greens of the trees are just stunning. Look at that. I don't know if they're appropriate for this area, but they sure do look good. wonder where. Where is the beach bar in St. John? Ah, it's all the way at the other end of the island. Not that I would know because Maps is not opening. Ah, the beach bar is all the way at the other end of the island. Okay. Alright. Gosh, this is gorgeous. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a good plan, in fact. Yeah, Peter, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Look at that. Looks amazing. Alright. Start bringing the power out here a little bit. I think Mrs. Island Sim Pilot is home. I do believe. Wonder how I kind of wonder how real the fuel burn is in this plane, because I don't really seem to have burnt much fuel over the last hour and a half of flying. But yeah, Peter, it just blows me. I never get bored of flying around here. I really don't. It's fun to go fly other places every once in a while, but I still love flying around here. Just hold the nose up here a little bit. Try to get back under 115 so I can bring in some flaps. And the visual report, or when you fly in here, this is a towered field, but they can't really see you. They don't have radar, and they can't really see you, so they always ask you to make a position report abeam Road Town, and that's Road Town right there, is the capital of the British Virgin Islands. Go fuel pumps on. Right in that nook there. And I don't know where that ship is from because I don't have the boat program for the British Virgin Islands. I don't understand why there's sometimes there's ships, sometimes there's not. The dog is getting frustrated. He wants to go outside. So that is Road Town right there. That is the capital of the British Virgin Islands. And I think that is home to... Yes, it is. Remember, we flew over that before. That is the government building. That is one of the points of interest. Alright. So... They fly jets in here too, which is pretty wild. Some good YouTube videos of approaches and landings into this airport. That's it right there at our 11 o'clock. Our next leg, the next time we fly, which hopefully will be Friday, we are going to have to get some faster airplanes, because it's like an hour and a half. In this airplane, it'd be about an hour and a half to Anguilla. I appreciate that, Peter. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. Alright, let's get back into full flap operating range. And Still not in flap range. There we go. Alright. Bring in some trim. You can already feel that wind out of the right. Okay. Easy does it. So beautiful in here. Alright, this is a good speed. We'll trim for that. Alright, fuel pump side flaps are set. Mixtures and props full forward. Yeah, you can feel that wind out of the right the entire way. Bring in some power here. Two white, two red. I get nervous when I get right on glide slope. Not used to it. 80 knots, about 400 feet a minute will do it. See, that's why I'm getting 3 red now. A little bit of juice. Alright. Yeah, you can see that windsock there. A little bit of right to left. Keep it on center line. This is a flat approach, but it's alright. That was not a bad crosswind landing right there. Not bad at all. That was 2 in a row. They're pretty decent. Crosswind landings are not very easy in the sim. And once you get under 40 knots, just pull that yoke back in your lap. Some aerodynamic braking. A little too much aerodynamic braking. I gotta buy the DC3 just so I can see. Just so I don't see the A320 with its nose dragging. Or tail dragging, rather. Alright, we'll go flaps up, we'll go fuel pumps off. If this were real life, we would, of course, pop the window open, but if I do that, it'll be really loud. So let's come right over here. And this is also the payware SLH Sim Designs. Landing light off. Right, look at that. Alright. Mixtures to idle cutoff. Throttles are idle. Let's set the parking brake. Lights off. Avionics master off. Mags off. Master and battery switches off. We'll go boarding steps. And chocks. And we will open our doors. 37.9 hours, and I've got way more than that. How about that? That is pretty gorgeous, is it not? I mean, this is not a bad place to spend your time. We've got a couple people actually who are regular watchers of the stream who live in this area. But yeah, This is a nice part of the world. Yeah, Jim, this was a good one. This was this was a lot of fun. So next time I want to hit. Well, it's kind of tricky because I want to hit Virgin Gorda and Anegada, and those are going to be two tricky landings. And then then we got to head west to Anguilla. Anguilla is going to be our next landing. Wait, where's the little map? There we are. Look at that. So next time, Virgin Gorda, which is, I mean, literally you can hit it with a rock from here, and then Anegada, and then you can see it's a ways. That's where we started today. So, we'll see. Yeah, this was a good flight, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. That was a blast. That was one of the. I say this every time we do it, but that was one of the most fun flights I've had. I do say so. Just show up in the TBM. Yeah, that's actually a good airplane for it, the TBM, actually. We have not, Jim. I'm gonna stick to Friday. We'll do Friday, and then because once the now that the weather's getting nice on Sundays, I got to do real flying because that's the only day my instructor and I can get together. And but we'll figure out a schedule where we can do. I want to do at least 3 a week that we can have. You know, at least 2 that are available for everybody. 'Cause I know there's some people from Europe. There's some people from you know a little bit further east of me or west of me rather. So I want to make sure everybody has a chance to be able to join us. But I need to find another day besides. Yeah, Jim, I'm doing my commercial, single engine commercial. I want to get that done this year, and I'm thinking about doing my single engine commercial and then doing my CF double I as my initial because I have no interest in primary flight instruction, none. But I wouldn't mind doing instrument flight instruction. Um, but that's a ways off yet. But I need to get the commercial out of the way, one way or the other. So that's my task for this summer. But I am not going to let the streams subside. In fact, I want to do more because I have so much fun doing this. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll schedule the Friday stream. I like doing it a little earlier, like 3 o'clock Eastern time, which would be an hour earlier than when we started today. Yeah, lazy eights. You know, yeah. There's some things there's some of the maneuvers I'm not really big fans of, but emergency descents and shit like that. Stuff like that, pardon me. Stuff like that. But gentlemen, I appreciate it. Mike, Jim, Wilbur, thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. Michael, Hans, Peter, always good to see you. Matey, thanks for the commentary. I love hearing the local color on these flights. Hans, good to see you as well. Bob, thank you as always. And JJ, thanks again for coming out. Appreciate it. Michael. And let's see who else we see earlier on. Chris is here as well. Chris, good to see you as well. And Ray was here earlier. Buckman is here or was here until this kid crashed his plane. But gentlemen, this is a lot of fun. Yuen, good to see you as well. Thank you. I know this is your first flight with us, Yuen, so thanks for coming out. I'm glad you were able to join us. Tangle, is good to see you as well. Nikolai, you were here earlier. Hope you're doing well. And enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'm going to go sit outside in the sun and enjoy it a little bit. Great flying with you guys. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and we'll chat on Friday. We'll see each other on Friday. We'll chat between now and then. So take it easy, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks again. I appreciate it.